Hey, what's up everybody, and welcome to Let's Play Rambo 3 for the Sega Genesis. I am going to continue to do Super Nintendo games, and while I work on new ones, I thought maybe I would go and play some other games, some other retro games, some Sega Genesis, some Nintendo, especially some of my favorites. And for those that don't know, which is possibly just about all of you, I am a huge Rambo fan, so of course this had to be the first one that I did. So let's just jump right in and let's just get started. If you haven't seen the movies, Rambo 3 is obviously the third in the series. It's probably the lesser of the good, but I still think it's an incredible film. What happens is that Rambo's best friend, pretty much the only person he can trust, is Colonel Troutman here, and his team has been captured. So Rambo has to go over to Afghanistan and rescue Colonel Troutman from the Russian enemies behind enemy lines. And the game just sort of drops you right in the middle of the shit. So we're just going to get started. If you've played the game before, this is actually a pretty cool way to start. But if you've never played the game before, it can be a bit intimidating because a lot happens right off the bat and you don't have a lot of time to figure out what buttons do what or anything at all. So I'll kind of try to run you through it as quick as I can. You'll notice on the left, whoa, watch out for the bullets. I have like different items. I have a knife, I have a bow, I have some bombs. The bow and arrow I was using to shoot the trucks, and I was also using it to shoot those gray stacked canisters, which I guess were supposed to be gas. Those blew up the army trucks, and the army trucks need to be blown up because they will drop a bunch of bad guys. I'm gonna use bombs here to not only take out the guys in the towers, but also this wall. I can shoot it, but the better strategy is to wait for it to shoot 4 times like that, and then just run up on it and set 3 bombs and run away. 3 bombs is all it takes. It blows it up. That's the end of part 1 of stage 1. The next thing that happens is that you have to fight a boss, and I think that these boss fights are just badass. I really think everything about this game is badass as far as video games based on movies go, existing franchise games, and especially Rambo games go. This one is on the mark. So what happens here is that I have to hide behind these rocks to avoid the fire, and when I pop out I can shoot my bow and arrow, but I have to charge up my bow and arrow, and when I charge I can't walk, I can only move the cursor. So it's kind of a balance between how much power you want to build up in the bow as to how fast you need to bounce away back to protection. Not very difficult fights, but don't drop your guard because you can and will get shot if you get too slack. Stage 2 is really what I would consider to be the first stage of the game. The first time you play it, especially casually at home, this is probably going to be one of the stages that gives you the most amount of trouble. It's a little bit maze-like. There are a couple of these types of stages, and hold on, we're going to do some real Rambo shit here. Man, my timing is off. Get the guy, run up to the wall directly, and then pop around the corner and knife to the gut. Rambo knife to the gut. The more people you knife, the more points you get. So if you're the type of person that cares, apparently that's how that works. The idea is that there are 3 prisoners in here, and one of the 3 is going to be a secret agent. The way the game works is that the 3rd prisoner that you free is the secret agent. So it doesn't matter what order you free them. Sorry, I had to swallow there. It doesn't matter what order you free them in. It's just after you free the 3rd prisoner and he admits that he's the secret agent, you have to escape the compound. So you can do them in any order that you want. I like the order that I'm going in because that means the 3rd prisoner I free will be closest to the exit. So that's probably the method you should use. One of the bigger problems with this stage is that, you know, it's one of the first stages where you have to cover a lot of ground and kill a fair amount of bad guys, and you don't have a lot of life. You'll notice he's not a secret agent. That's number 2. You'll notice in the bottom left there's like a little head icon, like a little body and a head times 3. That's how many lives I have. Underneath that is RD2. That's what round I'm in. I assume RD stands for round. Whoa, 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 whoa. Get him. Okay. That's a tactic. If you try to shoot a guy quickly and you miss, back off because he is going to fire at you. And bullets don't move quickly, but they move fairly fast, so you do need a little bit of distance to kind of avoid them. Another thing that I haven't mentioned that I want to mention is my favorite is not only this stance where Rambo is holding out his Bowie knife like a fucking badass, even if you switch weapons, but also that he has not only a machine gun with infinite ammo, but if you hold down the shoot button, he just automatically sprays the screen back and forth. I'm not doing anything but holding down the shoot button. If you walk, Rambo shoots in a straight line, but otherwise he sprays, and that is awesome. Just awesome. It's awesome in the way that it looks. It's awesome in the fact that it's very representational of what you think about when you think about Rambo. I feel like the people that made this game really understood Rambo as an action hero movie, and they did a really good job. They didn't make any shit decisions. They didn't make a Rambo game where you run through the jungle and punch spiders like they did for the Nintendo. They gave Rambo a machine gun, unlimited ammo, and they made him automatically spray the screen. It doesn't get much better than that. But it's also very useful. Like here, I can just kind of use it to get the corner. And corners in the walls, you see how I can kind of clip through them? Just the very corner. But you can use that to kind of get enemies that you wouldn't have otherwise gotten, like that guy. So take advantage of the screen spraying. Whoa, 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 whoa! Get that guy. Get that guy. So this is the third guy that I saved, and because he's the third, he will be the spy. We get a little cutscene here. This dungeon will explode in 2 minutes. Hurry up! I don't know why it's going to explode, but it is going to explode, so we got to get out. And that's why I like to rescue this guy third, because he's closest to the exit, and now that I'm in, like, explosion mode, there's going to be a lot more bad guys, and also these things in the walls are going to shoot at me. I find the best technique is to run here, kill this guy, get that guy if you can. Whoa, 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 I'm missing like crazy. There we go. There's going to be, oh, forgot about that guy. Hold on, losing my cool here, losing my cool. There's going to be a bunch of dudes that run down this hallway right here, so you just kind of want to stop and just light them up. Use the automatic spray to just kind of clean shop for a little bit. Bad guys are going to keep coming indefinitely, you know what I mean? So you kind of want to clear out the clutter. Watch out for people throwing grenades. Not so much in this stage, but in another stage, man, these guards are like Johnny Utah. I'll probably say that again because, man, they can throw. And that's really it. He's closest to the exit, so you have more time to kind of slow down and fight bad guys, and you don't have to worry about covering so much ground. I feel like the other two are further away. You should divert the enemy's attention by blowing up the arsenal. That way Colonel Troutman will not be as closely guarded. Notice that it's spelled closely with a U. That's a typo. Always love when I find typos. This stage is a lot shorter. I find that missions 2 and missions 4 are the more difficult stages of the game. So this one's kind of, you know, a shorter, more run and gun style. I like the guys with the camouflage. They do stand out like sore thumbs, but you know what? It's a cool effect. I think this is a very early Genesis game, so wow, 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 whoa, whoa, gotta dodge. All right, so you want to put on your bombs, and if you set the bomb in between, you can take out 2 guards with 1 bomb. It's unfortunate I got shot there. When Rambo sets down a bomb, he takes a little pause, and that's when it's really dangerous. Then you want to use your bow, because there's going to be a Jeep right here, and it does take a little bit of power to kill the Jeep. See, I didn't get it, and I want to blow it up. And this section is just a run and gun, just go. There's going to be a lot of guys, and if they start to pile up behind you, the screen can start to lag. And that's really shitty, because when the screen lags, it becomes a little bit more difficult to avoid the time bombs because the counter gets a little bit off. Not visually, it's just your internal counter versus what happens on screen gets off. 3 seconds to you is not 3 seconds in game, and it's very easy that way to walk into a bomb. So that's really it. I mean, this is the boss right here. Kind of clean out the clutter and try to blow up this guy in the tower first. They almost always drop a bomb, if not always, so pick that up. And then just like you did in stage 1, kind of watch out for the walls. Bullets do have like a distance that they travel that's very convenient, so you can kind of just outrun them by like outpacing the screen. Here I have to fight 2 of these walls. Each one will shoot 4 times. So that's really kind of it, and then just set 3 bombs. You have to blow up each one individually. 3, that's the 4th one, so we'll set 3 more. And hopefully that does it. That does it. So that's the end of that stage. And now we're going to fight another boss. I really like these boss fights. I like the fact that it starts with the iconic tying of the headband. I think this over-the-shoulder third-person look is very cool. And I think it's awesome that you get to, like, use your bow and arrow, not only in-game, but also in this fashion. Because the bow and arrow is a very iconic Rambo thing. And it's really cool. I just think the graphical look here is really cool. The tank looks cool. Rambo looks cool. He looks strong and awesome. I'm not sure why I'm in what looks to be like a rice field. You know, I should be in Afghanistan. And for some reason, I'm in the jungle right now instead of the desert. But you know what? It doesn't matter. It just looks cool that Rambo's in a trench fighting a tank in the jungle. And that's what's really important to me. Especially when it comes to Rambo. Story can be second. I don't mind. And why is Rambo in Afghanistan? I'll probably talk about it more. In fact, I'll talk about it more in the next video, but just not to leave you hanging. It's because in Rambo 3, he actually goes to help the Taliban. True story. You should watch the movie. But I'm going to call the video here. That's Mission 3. Mission 4 is a little more than halfway through the game, but Mission 4 and Mission 6 take longer to do. So we'll beat the game next time. Until then, everybody, thanks for watching. Peace. And welcome back, everybody. This is Let's Play Rambo 3 for the Sega Genesis. And just off camera, I had previously tried to play this stage and I died. So if anything looks slightly different, that's what happened, is that I had to continue. But I died because this stage is very maze-like. And I ended up getting lost, and I had to backtrack a lot, and, well, I just generally got distracted in all of my worries, so I got shot a lot, and it just wasn't a good picture, so we continued, and we're going to try it again. Like I was saying in the previous video, I'll try to cover that really quick, is that in Rambo 3, Rambo goes to Afghanistan to mainly rescue his best friend and his Colonel Troutman, the only person he can trust, but he also ends up helping the Taliban fight against the Russian invaders of Afghanistan. And that's slightly, I mean, obviously Rambo's not a true story, but in the mid-90s, the American army did actually help the Taliban army fight back against Russia when they invaded Afghanistan. We gave them weapons and military training, and it's a bit awkward in retrospect because the Taliban would eventually take those weapons and that military training and use it against us, and it's where you get Osama bin Laden and 9/11, but I don't want to get too political. It just is kind of a little bit of an awkward sign of the times when you watch Rambo 3. You're rooting for Rambo to win, but you feel a little weird watching him, you know, hang out with the Taliban army and talk so highly of them. So that's where I'm at now. And you'll see that I'm just kind of like running through here, always shooting, always shoot. You're Rambo, you have infinite bullets and a machine gun, you might as well use it. But mainly I just kind of do this, what I call the spray and pray tactic, and that's that as I run down hallways, I just kind of flip back and forth. I kind of roll my fingers across the left and right buttons on the D-pad here. And that's just to kind of spray the screen. I have a general idea. You can blow up these crates, they'll blow up everything to the right. That's a good way to clear out those bad guys. Watch out for that dude. I have a general idea of where the bad guys are going to come from, you know, but it's not like I have them memorized. I really am just sort of trying to put bullets everywhere on the screen and hit as many guys as I can. Any guys that don't get hit with my random bullets, I aim at later. And if you miss, it's usually beneficial to kind of back off and run away for a second and put some distance. These crates, again, blow up. So just charge at the first one, and it'll blow up every crate to the right, and the explosion will hurt. It will hurt the bad guys. So use that to your advantage to kind of clear out that room. That's everything on this side of the map as far as I know. So I'm going to kind of make my way back towards the beginning. And if you're curious about these things, you can shoot them with a bow, and they do that. And that'll kill the bad guys, but it won't hurt Rambo because this game is awesome, and it totally knows what it's doing. So those are dead ends over there. We need to just fight all the way back to the room where there were two doors. We went down through the door, and this time we want to go up. There is more than 100% worth of... Ooh, got shot. Never a good thing. That's one life. There's more than 100% worth of things to destroy in this stage, but so you may or may not be able to take a different route. I don't really know. This is the route that I do, not for any particular reason other than it's the first route that I figured out where I could successfully beat the stage. So there may be faster routes, there may be easier routes. I don't really know. I'm not even really sure how to get through this stage. It might look like I know where I'm going, but at this point to me, it's mainly just muscle memory. And you can see that I missed that guy with my random spray and pray, so I ran away. I kind of backed off. Bullets in this game don't move super quick, but they move fast enough that if you're really close to an enemy, you're going to get shot. And there are a lot of enemies and you don't have a lot of lives, so you really don't get shot. Here I'm going to use Rambo's auto spray to kind of hit both of these boxes at once. There's an infinite amount of enemies and they will respawn. So if you can find these like, whoa, there we go with the Johnny Utah grenades. Dude's got hell of an arm on him, huh? If you can find this like sweet spot where there's enemies aren't spawning and stuff, it's best to just kind of stay put because the more you move, the more likely you are to spawn more bad guys. And those doors that I just shot through, you want to keep an eye out, like that guy up there in the top corner. He may come charging at me. He may stop and throw a grenade. He may just get stuck on a corner. Like that guy's going to throw a grenade. So we got to take him out. And again, just sort of use an example of the spray. I know when I get to about 88% that there's enough in the final room. There's a room where you can exit the stage, and there are helicopters in that stage that I can blow up, or in that room that I can blow up for the remaining 12%. There's actually enough helicopters in that room, more than 12%, but how much exactly, I don't know. I've never done the math. So that's where we're going to head now. We want to avoid getting shot because, you know, that's just a general good life strategy. Try not to get shot. Try not to wake up on fire. But really just because we want to save our continues. You have a limited amount of continues. You get 3 lives and 3 continues to beat the entire game. It's not a very long game. It's not a very difficult game, but there are a lot of bad guys. There are a lot of bullets, and 9 times is not a whole lot of time to get shot. It's real easy to get caught up in bad situations like the one I was just in. This is a classic example of a spray and pray area. I'm gonna have to blast open the door. See, everything went bad there. Whoa, my spray and pray is not working. And you can see how many guys can quickly add up on the screen. So we're gonna kind of take a second to use Rambo's auto spray. It's best to run at these doors because if you get too quick, whew. You see what happens, guys? You see what happens when you can't keep the screen clear of bad guys? So we're gonna go back and we're gonna kind of reapproach that room. There we go, there we go, there we go, there we go, there we go. There we go, there we go. And with these helicopters in this room, the best strategy is to use bombs to blow them up. All right, I can't get shot again or I'll have to continue. So we're gonna use 2 bombs. We're gonna go down here, we're gonna use 2 bombs. We're gonna use 2 bombs, hopefully those get it. And then we're gonna run at the door and we're gonna hope that it blows up and just in time to get. If you run at the door like that, it'll usually be blown up by the time you get there. If you stand right in front of the door, you can't shoot it. So be real careful of that. There's only 6 missions in the entire game, so this is mission 5. I may die and have to continue again, and that would be really unfortunate, but we'll see what I can do. The main trick here is to hug this bottom wall so that when those 2 tanks show up, they don't shoot you. There's going to be 2 more tanks over here in this next hallway, so you kind of want to run down. I like to go at an angle. You do want to go to the left and down, but you want to hug this bottom wall when you get down here. A little bit of a lag, bunch of enemies on screen. For the exact same reason, there's tanks again, and if you hug the bottom wall, you're good. So if I'm gonna get shot, this is where it's gonna happen. There are tanks here, whoa, in these like left and right hallway doors, and there's one. So the problem is, oh, there's where I'm gonna get shot. So this is the continue screen, nothing fancy. Yes, I wanna continue play. That happens frequently. There was a point in time where I knew how to avoid the tanks in the hallway there, and I'll attempt it again. I think you want to run at an angle. You kind of want to like zigzag them, but there's a little bit of a juke move that you got to do. It's not a difficult thing to do. It does take some practice, and right now my big issue is that I haven't played the game. Well, I guess I played it just a few minutes ago, but it's been a while before that I had played the game, so I'm kind of just going off muscle memory here. But you want to run down, you want to hug the wall again, avoid the tanks. Like so. And then we want to go, I believe I want to hug, see that's good spray and pray, like I want to hug this, and then I kind of want to like dodge over here, and then dodge over here. Oh, and I did it too wrong. So we're going to use the invincibility frames to dodge that one. And I think that one's going to shoot me again. Okay, do you see the little juke move I did? That's kind of how I got around it. You want to take the time to sort of clear the screen here if you can, because the final boss is just a bunch of soldiers. So we're going to shoot this. We're going to kind of clear that guy out. We're going to get shot. That's no good. The trick here is to just sort of run back and forth between the doors like this. Bad guys are going to keep coming out, and you just sort of want to go back and forth between the door and shoot them as soon as they come out. If you give them time to like get away from the door and spread out, you're in for a bad time. But if you can keep them all lined up like this, it's a pretty easy boss fight. Or I guess I should say a mini boss fight. I don't really know what you would call this. The two worst things that can happen here is that they either get away from the room, or as you cross between doors, you get stuck between both of them. And again, this is the boss fight of this stage. This isn't so bad. You get to fight 2 helicopters, but it's really not so much as 2 helicopters because they tend to group up like this and they both shoot at the same time. So it's kind of like fighting 1 super helicopter. It's really not that bad of a fight. It takes a little bit of time. The worst thing is that they like to get behind that wall right there like so. So you got to kind of see if you can lure them out, and if not, you just got to make a run for it and hide behind this other thing. Wait for them to come back out. You could probably use a strategy like maybe take out 1 helicopter and then take out the other. I just sort of take pot shots. I usually aim a little off from where the helicopter is going to be and see if they don't steer into my missile, or if I could use the screen scrolling to make a hit. But again, not very difficult. I like these boss fights because they look cool and they feel cool, but they're not very challenging at all. But you know, I find that enjoyable. I think easy games are a lot of fun, and make of that what you will, but my least favorite thing in a video game is a difficult boss. So that's that. We're going to move on to the last stage, and I believe I have 1 more continue, and that's a good thing because I can't get shot again or I'll die, and that's real disappointing. But this is the final stage, and this stage is also a maze, just like missions 2 and 4, but 2 and 4 I think are really difficult in a casual play, your first couple of times through. I think mission 6, although a maze, is actually easier than those other 2. I'm not really sure why. Maybe there's less enemies, and maybe it's just because there's not really an exit that you have to get to. You just have to reach Colonel Troutman. You know, you don't have to necessarily fight your way out of anything. I don't know, but it's possible that I might do this without getting shot. The real issue here is that it's probably the biggest of all of the mazes, and even after playing the game as much as I've played it, I still have a tendency to get lost. Like right here, I'm not exactly sure. I believe I want to go to the left and then down. Colonel Troutman's cell is in the top left corner of the map. But to get there, you kind of have to go this little awkward way. And the floor itself will kind of give you a clue if you're heading the right way. There are dead tiles that look like dirt, and if you see one of those, you know you're heading towards a dead end. But not all dead ends are marked. I'll show you one right here. Like right there, that tells me that if I keep going to the left, I'll reach a dead end. But they're not all marked like that, so it's not a perfect indicator, it's just a good general tip. And I believe that now that I'm over here, this is the dead end room. Yeah, I wanted this next wall. You want to go up. Whoa, 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 whoa. And again, because my spray and pray missed, I backed off. You can use the spray and pray to kind of spread out and clip through walls, the corners of walls. So if you see an enemy coming, sometimes it's best to let Rambo's auto spray take them out. So you go up, and then again you go down. I never stop shooting in this stage ever. In stage 2, I like to use my knife, but I just think it's too risky in this stage. A lot of close hallways, especially at the end, the final room where Colonel Troutman is in. This is the final area, and there are a lot of guys here, so you really hope your spray and pray works, and I really hope I don't get shot. If I'm going to get shot somewhere, it's going to be here, and that's a real shame because Colonel Troutman is just a couple of rooms away. The good news is that once you shoot Colonel Troutman's cell, you're invincible, and that's the end of the game. So there's Colonel Troutman, and you can see that right here, Oh man, shoot it. I'm invincible now. So that's the end of the game. That's the end of Rambo 3 for Sega Genesis, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it. Oh, no, it's not. Every single time I forget about the boss. The final boss of the game is both a helicopter and a tank. And oh, I don't know if you can hear PD Pete's dreaming. You can destroy the tank if you want, and if you've seen the movie, this is a slight reference to Rambo 3. The end of Rambo 3 does indeed include an Apache helicopter and a tank, and it is totally badass. But here in the game, you kind of have to fight both of them. And you can shoot the helicopter or the tank, but if you blow up the helicopter will crash into the tank. Also a reference to the film. So if you haven't seen the film, I suggest you check it out. It is an awesome, awesome movie. All 4 of the Rambo movies are awesome. And this is the ending to the game. That's the end of Rambo 3. The battle is over. The people of these 2 countries will pass down the exploits of this battle forever. After a time, the conflict became bogged down. The Soviet army, fearing a second Vietnam, decided to withdraw all of their troops. Once again, peace returned to Afghanistan. The wounds from this conflict will not heal quickly, possibly not ever. And that's it. Rambo and Colonel Troutman drive off into the Afghanistanian desert. The end. So again, it's a super awesome game. I don't know if it looked like it was a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to play. I totally suggest you check it out if you get the chance. And if you've never seen the Rambo movies, go watch them. Great Rambo game. The Rambo movies are awesome action movies. I've had a great time playing it. Thank you all for watching, and until next time, peace.